This is Kalen Patterson with Midwest Muscle. I am here at Family Nutrition in Bolingbrook, and I'm here actually with one of the first family of Bolingbrook, Nick Bolek. And now, Nick, there's a couple of things I've been trying to get up with you about. We've been trying to touch base, and you've had school and you've got other things going on, but you're so much into fitness in so many different areas. You do wrestling, you do powerlifting. You're like the guy that does it all. And helping your dad and mom, have a business startup, and with school still going on and all this other stuff. It seems kind of strenuous, especially in this day and age where you got so much going on. And I love your shirt because you are that dude. And so just talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's rough. You got a lot of stuff going on. I got school, I got powerlifting, getting ready for the AAPF Nationals. Running the store, helping my dad out, helping my mom out with everything. It's hard, especially keeping up with your grades, keeping up with your training, your
and
diet.
Keeping good grades. Yes,
exactly. It's hard, eating right. It's hard.
Well, because there's people that are much older than you that find excuses why they can't stay fit. And what's it like to have a mom and dad that are actually into fitness? I mean, I'm sure there had to be some kind of motivation or some kind of boost to keep you at it where because they did it,
yeah,
and you're watching them do it every day.
I mean, it's always been a part of my life ever since I was little. I remember being at the gym and the daycare while they were working out.
How about that?
Watching my mom on stage, and my dad teaching me how to train, my mom teaching me how to eat. And I mean, even if I'm at home and I don't really know what I should be eating or something, I'll just ask my mom, like, Mom, what should I eat right now?
Now, she's a nutritionist, correct?
Yes.
Yes. And she used to be a personal trainer. I don't know if she's still doing that, but I know she's still very active in weightlifting. Mm-hmm. I think you guys are over at Lifetime now?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, that's like a really nice place. Brian Noe had us over there, and that guy, I mean, he put us through the ropes, and Doris took us through it too. And being in that kind of realm where so many bodybuilders, powerlifting, I mean, I thought you'd be more of a bodybuilder than powerlifter, because you can actually go in both realms and be successful, because for some reason you are just incredibly strong. And we'll touch on that part later, because I know being in high school and the gossip and things that are going on, it's a lot more, especially with the Facebook and the Twitter and the name calling. But anyway, just talk about some of that, just being around that kind of atmosphere.
It's pretty cool, growing up and seeing my parents hanging out with all these bodybuilders and getting to meet. I got to meet Jay Cutler. Kevin Jordan is a good friend of my parents. Mm-hmm. He's coming up.
KJ.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I got to train with him a couple times, learn a lot. It's just really cool.
Yeah, and to get back on the high school, and it's a lot of drama, and just the fact that you got the hormonal changes and everything, and everybody else going through it. I'm sure you've been accused of different things. And, I've been attached with Team Bully Response Squad. And some of the things that you deal with, although you're a bigger fella, it's still bullying when they're sitting there saying and accusing you of these things and trying to pressure you into doing less. And I always find that funny, because, you're working to do more and be a better person. And it's like they're saying, well, slow down, you're actually getting too good, so you got to be on something. Nobody wants to look at it like hard work.
Yeah, I remember at a wrestling tournament, I beat this kid. It was a close match. Mm-hmm. And his mom was just saying, oh, he's on steroids, don't worry. Like, that doesn't make any sense. First off, it was a close match. So, and a lot of kids, oh, he's on steroids, blah, blah, blah. But I always say, you just gotta work hard and eat right, and anybody can get big. You just gotta put in the work.
Yeah, it takes a lot of work, and I take it as a compliment when people make those statements, because they're saying you're doing something right and you've actually gone beyond their understanding. Now, what do you say for the kids that are in your situation but don't have the parents and the support and the mental toughness?
Just keep going. Find something you like to do, and just stick with it, because people are always going to be jealous of if you're good at something or if you're better than them at something. Just don't listen to the people. Find people that support you, and people that understand what you want to do, and stick with them.
Now, on to the other point, you got, you are an active guy. I mean, my goodness, I'm just really, really proud of you that you just keep going and going, and that speaks well of your parents as well. Now, you've got a powerlifting meet coming up?
Yeah, April 27th.
April 27th. And have you considered, I mean, could you, like I said, you can touch on both. Have you considered bodybuilding, anything?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a big dream of mine to eventually go pro for bodybuilding. So, but right now, I mean, I go to Joliet Catholic, so we train at Rudy's gym out in Shorewood. And I just kind of stumbled upon powerlifting because Rudy has a powerlifting team out there. He's a world champion himself. And one day he was just like, come work out with us with the powerlifting team. So I started training with them and just kept getting stronger, and now I'm on his team lifting with him. It's pretty fun.
And you had the foundation for lifting, and just like you said, just growing up in it. Yeah. So I'm sure that was, I don't want to say an easy transition because I've watched powerlifting and that's a lot of weight and a lot of work. So I don't want to take away from what you do, but I'm sure that the transition was a little bit easier.
Yeah, it was. I mean, when I first got, I started training when I was in 6th grade, not very hard until like 8th grade going into freshman year. But when I got there, I knew all the movements. Really, all Rudy had to really do with me was change a little bit of my technique, a little bit of just a little bit of my form. But I pretty much knew all what I was doing already. Benching, squatting, deadlifting, everything like that. I pretty much already knew how to do everything. There wasn't much he had to teach me.
But the fact that you're willing to say, I don't know it all, and I can learn more. I mean, that's a step up because I know there's people. I've been at my current gym for 3 years now, and you can't tell them anything to change whatever they're doing. It's set in stone, and come hell or high water, they're going to do it. And even though you're a young mind, you're still a mind that has learned and knows. So when you're approaching somebody says, well, if you did this, you'd get a better result. And, was that? Did you take that a little bit offensively, or did you just say, I still got places to learn?
Well, I always think, a lot of my friends will come up to me and ask me about certain supplements or something. And if I don't know about it, I'll tell them I don't really know, but I can go home and I can ask my mom, or I'll look it up for you. If I'll go ask her. If she doesn't know, we'll get on the computer and we'll look it up. You can always learn. You can always learn more. There's always new things that people are coming out with, new studies that are being done, so you can always learn more. Always.
And that's a good segue into family nutrition, because you guys are the first family of Bolingbrook, and I thought that was so nice and so neat that it actually come in as family nutrition, because we have the Chaos connection as well, and Mike and G have always been really familiar. So you and your dad, he's always been like a big brother to me. So it's kind of weird that the family name, and I just love that. And now, like you said, when you're checking stuff out, you can actually just go online from here. And you've got the supplements here, you can actually check in on its own. So you'll actually be getting a double education.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. Even if there's I walk around the store all the time just looking at everything, reading the labels. And if there's a new ingredient I just saw, I go look it up. Every time I just keep trying to learn more.
So it pays, like what you're saying, to know what you're putting in your body. You're not just taking it because it's a well-known supplement. You want to know what's going in there.
Yeah, I always, with my proteins, everything I'm taking, I always go to my mom pretty much with everything, with diet, nutrition. She explains to me how things work, what they do to your body. Amino acids help you complete the proteins, stuff like that. And it's easier to know what it's doing rather than just you're some guy telling you, oh, you should take this, it works.
Yeah, because there is a lot of gym logic and bodybuilding mentality that just doesn't have any basis. So I'm sure that's also a great thing to have your mom helping you out with that, because there's no guesswork. No. She knows. She's gone through the classes, she's done the studies, and she got her certificate, so she knows what she's talking about. How awesome is that?
It's really, really cool. I mean, a lot of my friends even, they say, oh, can you have your mom make me a diet, or it's really cool. I mean, it's helped me a lot. I think honestly, without her and without my dad teaching me how to train, there's no way I would be where I am right now.
And that's a really good foundation for anybody that's thinking you have to do anything on your own. If you just understand how much is involved with support, it doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen because you just figured it out. Somebody somewhere was there to help you. And I just love the fact that it's your mom and dad that are doing it, because you know there's so many that have to struggle so much. So you know, do you have like a different kind of appreciation, or what? How does that feel?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You know, they've always supported me, and always, you know, my dad pushes me more than anybody in the gym. I can go, no matter where I go, I never get better workouts than when I'm with him.
Mm-hmm.
And I never, you know, it's like I already said, my mom teaching me how to eat right and eat clean, and it helps a lot. And there's a lot of kids that don't really have that.
True.
And I appreciate it a lot more, you know, knowing that I'm lucky to have what I have.
Well, I'm just honored that you can acknowledge, because some people take it for granted. You know, this is supposed to be like this, and the fact that you could look out, and you know, I from the family aspect, you know, it's so much love, and I know, because like I said, it's been 3 years I've known you guys, and just watching you grow up and just get so much better. It's such a blessing to see the love endure, because there's so many that don't get that, and we have to go from an outside source, and for you guys to just actually get closer as you get older. Usually it starts to spread apart, but it doesn't. I love that, and that's why I always call you guys the first family in Bolingbrook, because it's just so amazing that, you know, with the accusations, with, you know, the gossip and everything else, instead of falling apart, you guys actually grew together. And we'll come back. You know, I know we're actually at your dad's work, and you're at work, so we'll come back and we'll chat a little bit later and get these sales in for people. And I just wanted to get a sit down with you, because I know you got a lot of work going on and a lot of things, and people at your age don't understand that, and I want to get that word out there so they know. So thank you, Nick. I'll chat with you later. We'll get some things done, and we'll come back and talk later. So for Nick Bolek, Kaylin Patterson, Midwest Muscle, we are